Omega have just released 6 new watches, but the weird thing is, they didn't tell us. Welcome back to the Chisholm Hunter channel. My name is Harrison, as always, and 6 new releases. 6 new Omega watches, and nobody's talking about them. And in this video, I'm going to be breaking down what these watches are, what you need to know about said watches, and more importantly, why Omega are secretly releasing watches under the radar. What's the strategy? Before we start this video, I realize that 82% of you that watch these videos haven't yet subscribed to the channel. If you could do me a huge favor and help watch Nerd Out and hit that subscribe button, I'd really appreciate it. Okay, so before we dive... Oh, I just bit my tongue. Okay, so let's start with the most important point. Why are Omega releasing watches but not telling anybody about them? And then just to step on from that a little bit, why are Omega releasing watches and only having them available in the boutique? A bit like the Moon's watch. Let's start with the secret release part of that question. So Omega have a habit, or have begun developing the habit of releasing watches, a bit like the CK. Remember when they released that? This beautiful watch. They also discontinued it and they didn't tell anybody. But when they released it, they didn't tell anybody. And because they didn't tell anybody, I feel like the YouTube community and the watch community jumped on it a lot more because they think that they had found something that was more unofficial, more undiscovered. But actually, that could have potentially just been Omega's plan the whole time. The thing is, as watch nerds, as watch enthusiasts, and I see this in the comments all the time, we love pointing out little details that nobody else really knows or nobody else has seen before. And that's okay. That's just trying to educate others, especially within this watch community. It's a very respectful thing. It's just telling people what they didn't know. And because we assume that other people don't know about a release because it's technically unofficial, we shout about it even louder. Let's have a little break from me rambling and do the wrist check. What is on your wrist today is a Chisholm Hunter tradition stretching back 2 years now. Currently, and I know you guys are going to kill me, but I have the Garmin Gen 2 Athlete Mark. I don't know if that's the order, but that's the watch that I have on. The reason that I'm wearing this at the moment is I'm trying to get fitter. I realized that because I spend so much time editing, I don't get out as much, and it's just a way of tracking my steps. I know it's not a luxury watch. Please don't kill me. Let me know what you have on. And that education part, us wanting to tell people something cool that we found, results in more YouTube videos, more marketing promotion, more Reddit comments, more Instagram comments and shares. And that in turn results in a more evergreen release. It doesn't have one huge spike and then just kind of tail off, a bit like the Watches and Wonders. It has a little spike and then a gradual incline. And I think that this is probably a more suitable form of marketing, especially for luxury goods. I mean, luxury goods shouldn't be hype purchases. They shouldn't rise into fame and fall off a cliff. They should gradually incline. So actually, I kind of agree with what Omega are doing. I mean, people are probably looking at their brand more now than ever because they know that they might do something and not tell anybody. So people are kind of waiting for something to happen. It's building up hype, but in a good way. But I'd love to know your thoughts on that one. The next question is, why are they releasing these watches boutique only? Here's the thing. The luxury experience is dying. I hate to say it. People are becoming more in tune to online life. People are becoming in tune to more online purchases. And not just more online purchases, but expensive online purchases. I believe what Omega are trying to do here is create that experiential side of things, clientele a little more, get people into the boutiques to truly understand and know how these watches look and feel. And you guys all know this. I mean, how many times have you gone in and tried a watch and it's so much better on the wrist than it was online? I believe that Omega are trying to keep and revitalize the luxury experience of going and buying something, getting a glass of champagne, sitting down, chatting some rubbish. And I like that. But anyway, I just realized that I rambled for a solid 3 minutes there, so I do apologize. The new releases from Omega are Boutique Edition Planet Oceans. Now, there's 6 of them, and as the name suggests by Planet Ocean, it goes to 600 meters of water resistance. But what is really cool about these watches is the color combinations that they're using, and the fact that they are becoming more experimental with the types of colors they're using. There's 3 standard Planet Ocean models that have been released. One comes in a dark grey colour. The other comes in a green with a kind of slate grey dial or silver dial, which is pretty damn cool. And the next one is really understated, but I actually quite like it. It kind of reminds me of the Mojave Desert IWC. It is a Planet Ocean that kind of comes in beige, and the strap on it is also in a kind of beige colour. Now, these colorways are also kind of replicated on the Chrono models. However, the thing that the Chrono models have that's pretty damn cool is where the pushers are. They actually have like a colored little bit just in between the pusher and the case. So you have like a little rim of color, and that looks super sick. I really need to get these on the wrist. You know what else is interesting about these Amigas? And it just came to me, and I had an epiphany. They're not actually available at Chisholm Hunter. Even though we are official stockists of Amiga watches, you can't get them at Chisholm Hunter, which is a shame. But you can get pretty much all other Amiga watches if you wanted them. So head to chisholmhunter.co.uk. That's chisholmhunter.co.uk if you want your next Amiga or anything else. The normal Planet Ocean model, not the Chrono model, comes in at 43.5 millimeters in diameter and 16.5 millimeters in thickness. This is by no stretch of the imagination a small watch. It is never going to be perceived as a small watch. It's huge, it's chunky, it's big, it's bold, but it is a tool watch. This is used as a tool, not a statement in style. And we actually did a full video on this. We did a comparison between the Amiga Seamaster 300 meters and the Planet Ocean, and how the 300 meters is more stylized, it's more pretty, whereas the Planet Ocean it has more of a purpose. It is a tool. Now, if you want to scale up a little bit more and get the Chrono model, you could, but it comes at a price, and the price is kind of how big it is. It comes in at 45.5 millimeters, but also comes in at 19 millimeters in 19 millimeters in thickness. 19. That's wild. The movement in the standard version is the caliber 8900 in-house Amiga caliber, and the Chrono model has the caliber 9900 Amiga caliber. Both beat at a frequency of 28,800 VPH, and both have a power reserve of 60 hours. The grey and the green standard models, not the Chrono models, come in at 6,700, but the beige model, it's a really weird word, beige. The beige model comes in, however, at £7,100. I don't really know why there's the price difference. If any of you guys know, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts, but I'm kind of confused about that. The Chrono model has the same peculiar price change. The grey and the green again come in at 8,500, so a bit cheaper than the 9,100 for the beige model. So there's 600 quid to get the beige extra if you want the beige of either of them. Now, I don't really know why this is, because it's not like it's a special edition. Don't know. To be honest, I am quite a big fan of where Amiga are going with their brand, because they're trying to fan that ember of the luxury watch industry and turn that back into a flame, getting that luxury experiential side of things back. And that is something that we are losing. And I hate to say we're losing it, but we are losing it. I remember the days that I used to walk into a boutique, sit down for a glass of champagne, relax, try on a couple of watches, not to buy one, just to try them on. Whereas now everybody goes online and digitally tries them on, or gets them sent out, then returns them. It just isn't the same experience as it used to be. And Amiga are trying to revitalize that luxury experience. But I would love to know your thoughts on this matter. This has become a totally different video to what I actually planned for. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys real soon.